Carnarvon lies about 100 miles south of the Tropic of Capricorn, at the mouth of the Gascoyne River. The town is on a delta, and a system of levee banks gives protection from flooding. Because it is situated in an area of low rainfall, which limits settlement, Carnarvon is isolated from population centres. Frequent air and road services provide efficient links with other towns and with the capital city, Perth. Carnarvon is a growing town, and this is reflected in the modern shops in the business centre and in the up-to-date services which are available. Heavy and bulky goods are carried to and from the town by large motor vehicles. Many of these have been especially designed for the type of freight which they carry over the 600 miles between Carnarvon and Perth. Fragile articles must be protected against movement, and perishables, especially foods, require refrigeration and insulation against dust. These same trucks backload Carnarvon products to markets in the south. Much of the produce comes from Carnarvon's banana plantations and market gardens. In this hot, dry climate, the plantations can only exist by irrigation, so they cluster along the river banks. When heavy rains fall in the catchment area of the Gascoyne, the water level rises rapidly and flooding may occur. The river itself flows for a few weeks only each year, although some pools have water in them for 2 or 3 months. For most of the year, the Gascoyne is little more than a river of dry sand. Carnarvon's drinking water is pumped from bores sunk on an island in the middle of the river. Water for irrigation comes from the Gascoyne, some from government-operated pumps, the rest from private installations. Each plantation has its own storage tanks. From these tanks, the water flows through irrigation ditches to all parts of the plantation. The farmers grow vegetables and bananas. The Government Agricultural Research Station experiments with new crops and new methods. And out of this research comes bigger and better crops for the farmers. fruit and vegetable growers of Carnarvon rely on the more densely populated areas in the south of the state to provide their markets. The produce is packed carefully in preparation for the long, fast journey which will carry it to homes hundreds of miles away. Carnarvon is a port, but today the ships that call at its mile-long jetty are generally oil tankers bringing fuel to the town. The fuel is for planes, cars, trucks, and fishing boats. Prawning is an important industry in Carnarvon. A few boats concentrate on scallops, which are processed in the factory, which was first built as a shore whaling station. Prawns are also cleaned and graded in this factory. After being covered with sterile water, they're frozen into blocks, ready for packaging. In the town, there is a modern hospital, which serves an area of thousands of square miles of the surrounding pastoral and mining country. A Royal Flying Doctor Service base ensures that medical aid is available as quickly as radio and aircraft can provide it.
Foxtrot Delta Golf, 10 miles northeast of field inbound. Patient on board and require ambulance.
Roger, Foxtrot Delta Golf. Ambulance will meet you at dispersal.
Western Australia's education system is designed to ensure that every child, no matter where he lives, has opportunities for learning the skills so necessary in a modern community. Carnarvon has several schools, including a high school. A residential hostel provides for students whose homes are in remote areas. Carnarvon provides an ideal site for an Earth tracking station for the scientific probes of America's space research program. As the satellites pass from west to east, the West Australian coast is the first landfall after the long crossing of the Indian Ocean. The station is in constant touch with the United States Space Center at Cape Kennedy. The site is used also by overseas telecommunications as a vital link in the worldwide networks of radio and telephone services. In recent years, Carnarvon has grown considerably, and many new industries have been established. Most of the industries are small, but they play a significant part in helping Carnarvon towards self-sufficiency for its essential needs. The growth of a town can be measured by the amount of building activity, and Carnarvon rings to the sound of busy hammers and saws. New schools, new shops, new homes are needed for an expanding population. Because the climate is pleasant, and because of the town's unique features, Carnarvon attracts many holiday makers and tourists. A host of interesting activities is available to them, and the wide country beyond the town's boundaries offers a challenge to the city dweller. Perhaps the traveller finds his delight in the strange topography of an ancient land, or in the splendour of the wildflowers for which the district is famous. Carnarvon is many things to many people. A place to work, a place to live, and above all, it is a place which offers new opportunities and new experiences in a rapidly developing land.